Hey guys, it's Tori and I'm here right now with Johnny 3 Tears from Hollywood Undead. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, hanging in there. Welcome to Rockville. You're no stranger to festivals, but how's this one been for you so far?
I just woke up.
Okay, so you're doing great.
Yeah, so far, no, I'm pissed. I'm always wake up pissed off, so it's bad right now.
So I really caught you at the best time for an interview, to just grill you with questions.
Yeah, well, dude, you're gonna have better answers when I'm pissed than when I'm happy.
Valid, I'll take it. But here at Rockville, it's such an interesting mix of bands on this lineup. You know, you're veterans to the rock music world by now, but you're also playing alongside some newcomers where it might even be their first festival. So what is it like for you to sort of be such an important part of rock music culture and also witness this new wave of bands that's basically the next generation?
It's very weird being called a veteran because it goes by so quick, you know what I mean? But yeah, we've been around for almost 50, I mean, it's bizarre to think about that, but as far as being a part of rock culture, whatever. I just woke up, I don't give a shit. No, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot, you know, it's cool. These festivals, you see a lot of people, friends, and that's cool. Avenged is here, and we've done tours with them. I saw the guys from Seven Dust and Black Veil Bride. So these are guys, you know, we've been on the road with for a long period of time. So it's cool seeing old friends and to new bands. I'm happy that someone's there to take over when I finally die.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an interesting mix of bands here. And are there any new up and comers, whether they're at Rockville or not, that you have your eye on right now?
You know, there's a band called I Prevail that I love. They're not here today, I wish they were, but they're a new, we took them on their first tour, and I remember thinking, dude, these guys are going to do something, and they're a great band, great dudes. So I always check them out and keep my eyes on those dudes, and they're good friends of mine. So there's definitely some younger bands that I like. I love Cane Hill is another band I really like. So I don't pay that much attention, to be honest, because I just woke up all the time. But those guys I definitely keep my eye on.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for giving you an existential crisis, calling you a veteran, but those are some very great new picks. But speaking of veterans, this is your 5th album called 5, appropriately named.
Yeah, that was the easy way out, right?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, there is some sentimental value to that because there are also 5 members of the band, 5th album. So out of all the songs on the album, which song do you think best represents where you're currently at in your career and where your headspace is at?
Off the record, I like, there's a song called Broken Record on the album that is probably the most personal to me. You know, the 5th album, you know, it's weird, dude, writing records after so long because you kind of run out of the teenage angst you had when you start. You know, you're pissed, my mom, and I don't care. All the things I was angry about or upset about when I was young, I realized don't matter. So it's weird because you have to shift your perspective when you write, and I think as you get older, you start writing about other people's lives more than your own, and you start getting less selfish with music and going, oh, okay, it's not just like my personal diary anymore. It's more like, hey, how can I affect people in a good way? And you know, it's just a shift, and I like writing music more now than when I was a kid.
In addition to being the new album, it's also the first album that you've released on your own label. And from what I read, it's mostly because you wanted more creative independence. And so for any newer bands out there that want to maintain control of their art, what advice do you have for them, since you've kind of gone through the ringer as far as that's concerned?
You gotta be broke.
Fair.
Get ready to be poor for a long time.
Okay. Well, brace yourselves. You better love what you're doing then, right?
Well, I mean, the situation, music's a lot different than when we started. You can make a lot of money, but I mean, you still can if you're like fucking Bruno Mars or something. If you're in a regular rock band, sorry. Yeah. The days of like getting Maseratis and stuff are over. So I think it keeps music honest, though. You know, people who pursue it have to pursue it solely based on their love of music and playing and stuff. So I think it's a good thing, but yeah, it's weird. It's a weird shift right now because the way the consumption has changed so much from the retail thing to pirating to now it's streaming, which is better for artists overall than just outright pirating. But it's a different climate, and the thing is with music now, it changes on a daily basis, and that's the tough part about releasing your own music is you have to be prepared for those shifts. But the record labels themselves weren't prepared for those shifts. That's why they're all out of business. So
social media in some ways has kind of taken the reins of what record labels used to do. So it's a totally different climate out there.
I'm going to tell you something. Social media will eventually do what the record labels did. It's free now, okay, blah, blah, blah. But once they know they have full control over output, they'll try and monetize it and take it for themselves. themselves. So, I mean, throughout history, artists have been getting fucked by people with money, and that's going to continue.
Well, you're really optimistic about the future, I see.
Well, I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, no, it
Sadly, there's things to be optimistic about. One of them isn't music.
Amazing. Thank you for telling me that at a music festival. Perfect.
Yeah, well, this is fun. This is good. This is about people loving and caring about music outside of the business side.
This is the nice side of it all.
There's always going to be somebody there with more money than you that's going to fuck you over. So you just have to, I mean, the truth is you have to just care about music for music.
Yeah. And you've always been a band to turn heads. That's one thing I know for sure, whether it be from your stage presence or just your ability to mix different genres in your music.
It's our looks.
It's all the looks. Honestly, I'm just embellishing here. But so with the internet and all of these things and people talking about the band, what do you think is the most common misconception about Hollywood Undead that you'd like to clear up?
There's none that I've heard that weren't true, really.
Interesting.
Some of them are actually not as bad as the reality.
What would you say is the most common one that you hear then?
I've never heard a real misconception. People say stuff about us, I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so everybody pretty much has it straight with Hollywood Undead then. There's nothing.
They don't know how bad it really is. That's what I would say. I would say, take what you think and make it worse. I can't.
So?
I don't know. I mean, no, we're not that bad. I think, all the guys in the band are, we actually value, because I think we're known as like a party, we drink a lot and the drugs and all that stuff. And although those things may be true, we actually have a lot of values outside of those things that I don't think people realize. And they kind of just think we're heathens. When I am a heathen at points, but I also, I read a lot and I have other interests outside getting inebriated. But most people don't realize that.
It's all about balance. A little bit of both.
Stumbling around on cocaine all day, and that's really only half the day.
Yeah. Just keeping it fresh, keeping it half and half there. Yeah. So we are Rockville, as we've mentioned. What are your plans for after this that fans can look forward to? What else is coming up for the rest of the year?
Today we're going to play, obviously, and then I'm going to watch Avenged Sevenfold, which will be fun. For the rest of the year, we a lot more touring. We got to go back to Europe for the summer, and we're going to be putting out some new music in May. Is that this month?
That's almost this month. I think we're a day or two away from May as we're filming this.
Next month, we're putting out new music.
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited about that, and just keep writing music, keep playing, and until someone tells me I can't anymore.
Which I don't think anyone will anytime soon.
That's right.
Damn right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It was great talking to you. And everybody watching, make sure you check out 5 if you haven't already. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.